Okay, here we are at the end of week 2. How fast is this going? I am so excited. We are starting now our journey into movement. We've understood the philosophy. We've really started to hone in the power of energy and how we can create that balance with the simplicity of our breathing. Now let's actually move in to the physicality, to the body, moving the body so that we can release these aches and pains. You know, a baby is born with 500 ranges of motion. And by the time they grow up to be 18 years old, they are down to 15 ranges of motion. So how come? How come we're born with such flexibility, such openness? And what happens with time that causes us to feel more rigid and stiff? So a lot of it actually is a conditioning, and it's also like with a lot of things, you don't use it, you lose it. So if you don't practice that openness, you don't practice that moving in a flexible, open manner, then the stiffness creeps in. So what we're first going to do is acknowledge that almost all our joints are made to rotate in a full circle. But with our lifestyle, a lot of the time we limit the axis of movement to maybe just 1 or 2, and that creates a calcification around the other less used rotational qualities, the other axes of movement that are less used and therefore become stiff with time. So we want to open the stiffness, and we can't really release stiffness if we don't know where it is, which is why we always start with the awareness. We're just switching off from the outside, plugging into the inside, and witnessing what is going on here. Where am I holding the tension? Has it been bottled up for a long time? Can I clear it with some energy? Can I bring a higher vibration of emotion? Can I bring a purple flame and delete it and release it? Does it call for movement? Does it call for practice? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with what's often very common and where people hold their stress, which is their neck, their shoulders, their upper back. We might even work around the wrists too. So yoga is about, when it comes to the asana, it's still definitely about balance. But now what are we balancing? We're balancing strength and flexibility. On an energetic level, we're balancing active and passive, right? But now, on a physical plane, we're balancing strength and flexibility. We're at this point with our lifestyles where everything's done on a computer. We're literally always using our fingers and typing away. So first and foremost, let's actually release the tension that we're holding around our hands, because our hands are actually mechanisms of healing when they are relaxed, when they are pure of any tension. So firstly, bring your hands out in front of you and you spread your fingers. So you might already feel a bit of a stretch. And this requires strength, because what you want to do is you want to start pulling your fingers towards your face almost as much as possible, drawing 90 degrees with your wrists. And one of the most common injuries that I have seen with people going into a yoga studio is having wrist injuries. You know, we're in plank or in downward dog, but if these wrists, if these joints aren't properly activated and warmed up, then you're vulnerable to an injury, which is why we always want to bring awareness to any areas that are weight bearing and just condition them with a bit more love and a bit more strength so that they have the capacity to hold the weight. Okay, so we're holding that in good alignment, holding it. So you want to pull the fingers actively towards your face, and you want to spread the fingers. I want you to really feel the spaces between your fingers and push out with the palms of your hands as though you're pushing into a wall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Feel it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Thumbs in. Close your fingers around your thumbs. Keep your arms straight and roll the wrists. Okay, again. See, notice the rotation. Yeah, your wrists can move in a circle. Yeah. And how often do we do this? Good. And reverse. Great for coordination. And just be breathing gently and evenly. Relax. Good. Feeling it? A bit looser, but also much more engaged, right? Next. So this is something that I would just advise you to do before you start your practice, or if you've been in front of your computer long and you're just tired. I see so many people actually suffer from carpal tunnel. That's literally a little bit of strengthening around the wrist goes such a long way. Our hands are so precious. Let's not take them for granted. Next, let's bring your hands to your shoulders and we'll do some shoulder rotation. So what I want to do is we're creating some movement, but let's not divorce the movement from the last 2 weeks of all the learning that we've had. Let's wrap it up and really see how we're gaining by understanding the essence, the philosophy, the energy. So what I want to do is connect your breathing cycle to your movement cycle. So as you inhale, you're going to raise your elbow up to the ceiling, and as you exhale, you move your elbow down and then hugging in to your waist. So inhale, you'll move it up in a circle, exhale, down to the waist. Okay, so when you're ready, inhale, exhale, in, out. This is so good for your shoulders. Try to breathe into your rib cage when you're doing this. Helps to deepen your breath, because we know that now if we're holding on to a lot of stress, then we're breathing very shallow. We're breathing into the chest. We're breathing up into the shoulders, causing stiffness and tension, because these are not organs of respiration. Once you feel a gentle loosening up, let's work in the opposite direction. Remember, we're all about balance. Inhale, up, exhale, down. No matter if you're sitting, doing a breathing exercise, or you're doing asana on the mat, it's the same flow of energy. You always want to be lifting up as you inhale and lowering down as you exhale. Last rotation, inhale. If you still feel your mind wanders, then you can add a count to it. So you can inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Are you seeing how it all makes sense now? Where we're connecting the movement, the breath, the awareness, the present moment. It's just going to get more and more fun from here. So we've worked with the wrists, the shoulders. So once your shoulders are feeling open, you'll already feel there's a great lightness around your chest. And it's only with that lightness can you breathe deeper. There's no way you can breathe into your belly if your chest is tight and holding on. Anatomically, it won't go there. So you need to open up. You need to work with your shoulders to drop them, to release that tension, so the breath, so the air has space to expand deeper into the lungs. Another thing that I hear a lot is back pain. And this is something that I do every day because you know my story. I started my journey with yoga to help deal with my back pain. So what I like to do is simply create a rotational axis around the hips. So when the root of and base of the spine is open, it's fluid, then the whole spine feels more open and flexible in its weight. Whereas if it's rigid and hard and it's stuck, then the rest of the back is just moving to compensate for that stuckness. So sitting in a comfortable cross-legged position. So allow your head to follow the movement of your spine because your neck is connected to the spine, right? So you just want a gentle fluidity. We're going to go clockwise and then anti-clockwise. So just roll to one side, extend in front, to the other side, and back. And remember, breathe, inhale as you come and lift. Exhale as you lower and drop. Inhale. Rotate in the other direction, over to the side, soft and gentle. Now what I want you to do is just invite any deeper breathing where you feel tension. So if there's a feeling of stuckness around when you're moving here, slow down, breathe a little deeper. So you're observing and then you're prescribing a balancing solution. You can't solve the problem if you don't know it exists. So this is the time where we just examine, we witness, we observe, so that we can send our breath there, send a release to really help bring an open and freedom, an openness and a freedom in our range of motion. We just did the shoulders, the wrists, the spine. We'll definitely work as we progress in, we work into the nuances of the spine, how to really articulate it. But this is just an easy, gentle mobilization that I wanted to share with you. Of course, we'll definitely also work into healing and creating that sense of rotation around the hips, the knees, and the ankles. What I wanted to leave you with was something that I really enjoyed. It's a simple neck movement. You start with your chin to your chest and then just gently rolling up, round and down. And you know to breathe with it too. As you inhale, you're looking up, you're feeling the openness in the throat. As you exhale, circulate down. Inhale and exhale. Now what I want you to do is rotate in opposite direction. And the same as with the spine. If there is an area, if there's an axis of rotation that feels tight, slow it down there. Breathe a little deeper. Send your healing breath, send the light into that space. Only you can do this. Only you can do this for yourself, which is why it's up to you to take ownership. To really make this your practice for your body for this day. Slow it down and give yourself this time and this space to be aware and soothing. And then what we do is we use our eyes so much, we're always focused, we're always reading, there's always so much going on in front of us. We're looking at things. So let's massage our eyes, our eyeballs. It's really, really helpful. It's actually, there have been studies where just the simple eye movement rotation has helped people relieve them of severe headaches and migraines. So simply keep your head still at one frame and move your eyeballs to a corner of the eyes and then look up, look over to the other side, down, complete the circle. Do 3 of these circles and reverse. Can you breathe in line with the movement of your eyes? A lot more focus and concentration required. Now close your eyes and we just give yourself a gentle massage to release any tension, any stress we might be holding on to. You place your hands, you place your fingers together on your forehead at the center point between your brow. You just massage outward to your temples. Repeat this motion 5 times from the center of the forehead out to the temples. Just enjoy your own healing touch. Now take your hands from your temples and roll them behind your ears onto the base of your neck. 5 times. From the temples, roll them behind the ears onto the base of your neck, using mainly just your fingertips. This is your immediate stress solution. Immediate calming technique. And now hold the back of your shoulders, let it hang there. Breathe there. Bring your thumbs at the heart center, hands in prayer. Breathe here. How relaxed do you feel? Isn't that amazing? See you next week for week 3, all about our energy and how we can move